Hi, this is Sharon from craftingcreativeideas.blogspot.com. I'm here today to bring you another one of my Wow That's Cool videos. This one is called Celebrate Your Birthday, and I am using the Morning Post numbers. Actually, this is retired. It was on clearance. I don't think it's even on clearance anymore, but the Morning Post numbers. But you can substitute another numbers stamp set. You don't have to be using this one. Anyone that's a big one, bigger numbers, you could substitute it for it. Okay, so we're going to be making this card. We're going to start with the measuring pieces that you're going to need to cut. You're going to need a piece of Gumball green card base, and you're going to cut this 11 inches by 4 1/4, and it's going to be scored at 5 1/2, so it's going to be a top folded card. Then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White. Now your final size is going to be 5 1/2 by 2 3/4. But in the beginning, if you want to just do it, which is actually probably safer, do it at the 2 3/4 and just leave excess for right now. Then we can trim it down later to make sure that you have enough for your alphabet in case something is not enough from the top or whatever. At least you have room to play. Then you're going to need a piece of Summer Starfruit, and you're going to be punching that with the scallop punch all along the left side of it, and that Summer Starfruit is going to be at 4 1/2 by 2 inches. Then you will need a piece of Birthday Basic Designer cardstock, and that's at 4 inches by 5 inches. And I'll show you how to do the bottom with that. Then you're going to need a piece of vellum, and the vellum is going to be cut at 5 1/4 by 3. You're going to need some scrap pieces of Summer Starfruit, just so that you can punch out 2 pieces from the word punch and the modern label. And here are the 2 punches. You're going to need your word punch and your modern label. First piece that you're going to take is your long strip of the Whisper White that is the 2 3/4 wide. Now I took my block and I took all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I did when I lined these up, first I centered the number 2, and then I centered 5 under it, and then I put number 8 under that. After that, I'm going to bring this up to the camera close. I pushed like the number 3, and I squished everything in as tight as I possibly can. You can pretty much see that I want these on an angle because I don't want them to all be straight. I want you to squish the 3 one way, turn the 6 another, but you want to try to get this side as even as you possibly can, and the same thing with this side. But just squish them all. As you can see, I don't really have any space in between any of it. Okay, now I have, just to save time, I have already colored a piece roughly just so you can see after. Once you've colored with this marker, then you'll stamp it. But the markers, in the order that I did this, once it's stamped on here, then what number 1 is going to become on the left side. Okay, that's why you have to number them backwards, because you'll flip it. So I just took my marker and I took from my 2014-16 pack, I took like Lost Lagoon, and I took the thicker side, the wider piece, and I just colored all on top of this for number 1, like so. I just saturated the top of that stamp. And then I went to the next color, etc., etc., etc. Okay, the order that I did these was Lost Lagoon, which is out of the new colors for this year. Then I did Wild Wasabi on number 2. Then number 3, I did Tangerine Twist, which is again from the same 2014-16 pack. Then I did Daffodil Delight on number 4. Number 5, I did Melon Mambo. Number 6, I did Pacific Point. Number 7, I did Blushing Bride. Number 8, once again, is from the same 2014-16 colors. I did Blackberry Bliss. And number 9, I did Hello Honey. So I'm not going to waste time on the video coloring all of these. I'm just going to, pretend that these are all stamped, and I'm going to show you where we go from there. Now, once you stamp this, and there's already ink on the one, so I'm just going to kind of leave it on there to show you what to do with this. What you want to do with the 2 3/4 paper is you want to measure down 1 inch and make just a very small little mark in a couple places across it, because you're going to erase these later, but you want like a 1 inch mark across it. Okay, so when you line up your stamp set, you want to make sure that the numbers are going to be from that 1 inch down. So you want the top of the numbers to pretty much line up or be right below that 1 inch, and then just try to center all the rest of them on there. So what you're going to end up with at the end is a piece like this, okay, with all your numbers. Then what I did was I took the whole tag at that point, I measured down from this tag now, and I measured 5 1/4 down. I'm going to measure across and make one small mark at 1 3/8. So I made a teeny little mark. And then you're going to measure upward where that mark is 1/2 inch and make another little mark, so you know this is the crossbar where everything is going to be marked. I'm going to zoom that in a little bit for you so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Then I took my pencil, put it right in the center of the crossbar, and put the ruler to the corner of the paper, and I drew a line. And then I did the same thing this way. Okay, and then all I did then was cut that completely off. And that gives you your flag. So when it's all done, then you're going to have this. Now I took every one of my markers and I went with the small tip and I just outlined all around the numbers so they would pop. So I just kind of went on the number itself, not on the white paper, but we're already where it's stamped, but I did that all the way around every number with the matching color marker. And that takes care of your little alphabet set. Okay, then I took the piece of Birthday Basics and I did the same exact thing. I measured upward 1/2 inch from the bottom, and then being this is 4 inches wide, I went over 2 inches and up 1/2 inch, struck a point, and then cut that from angle to angle. I took a little snail and I put this at the top of the card, not centered on it. So I went on the very, well, centered, but at the top. Like so. Then I took my Summer Starfruit ink, Summer Starfruit scallop piece that I had, and I inked and sponged all the way around the edges. I did that on my other 2 pieces of the Summer Starfruit pieces also. Okay, using my Banners Framelits, I took the smallest of the Framelits that I had, the number 1, and I had cut out a piece of Summer Starfruit from scrap, and then I also cut a piece of Whisper White from scrap. Then I used my Endless Wishes birthday, and I had used Celebrate, and I stamped that onto a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I used my word window punch to punch that out. And then on the other white one, I used the Happy and the Birthday from the Endless Birthday Wishes, and I stamped Happy Birthday. Now I'm going to snail my scallop piece. And I'm going to lay that up across the top, making it even up there. And then I'm going to take my birthday tag and run that to the edge of the designer paper with some snail also. Once again lining it, oops, with the top of the paper. I took my Starfruit ink and sponged the edges of my little banner flag. And now I took my white piece of Happy Birthday that was, I did my Tango twist ink and put it on top of the Starfruit piece, put a little bit of glue dot behind it, and just put this aside for right now. Now we're going to take our piece of vellum and just put a little bit of tape runner just on the very top of it. We're going to run it all the way to the end of the card. But it's only going to stick at the very top. Then we're going to take a button that we have put Tango twist twine onto, and the green button is from the Regals collection. And I've got a glue dot, actually a couple glue dots on that, and now I have my glue dot behind my Happy Birthday. I'm going to seat these on here and just press all that onto the vellum. Then I'm going to use a little bit of snail on the back of my Celebrate piece and put that onto my modern label punch. Dimensionals on the back of the Celebrate. And now I like to try to cover up where the scallop ends there, and then it kind of holds this down, the vellum, a little bit. And there you go. There's Celebrate Your Birthday card. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If it has been helpful for you, I would love if you have time to leave a likes or a small comment. Then at least I know that my videos are helping somebody. And until next time, God bless.